I give you a new commandment. Love one another as I have loved you. By this they will know that you are my disciples. A new commandment. So the way we love as Christian people needs to be something different. It's not just about being polite. It's not just about being respectful, which we of course need to be. It's not just about doing what everybody else does. But the model before us is Jesus giving himself, loving, dying for those he loves. That's pretty high stakes. I am with you always, even unto the end of time. It is only with the power of Jesus acting in us, doing more than we can dream or imagine, that we are able to love in the manner of how Jesus is calling us to love. We need to be in connection with Jesus if we are able to love as he loves. We need to pray, to be prayerful people connecting with Jesus if we are able to do what he's asking us to do. We cannot love like that on our own. We need his grace and his presence. That's why, my dear sisters and brothers, prayer is so crucial for us. We've got a special vocation as Christian people to be light of the world. When we look around us in the world, anyone who listens to the news will hear a lot of challenges going on in the world around us at the moment. There are people killing each other in war at this very moment. Funds are being cut to medical care and works of the United Nations in Africa, and people will die of malaria and AIDS because funding is being cut. There's a preoccupation with selfishness. My country first, we make my country great. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you keep in mind other people as well. So there is a preoccupation with self, which is exactly the opposite of what Jesus did. We are called to be different by the way we love. And we can only do this if we are prayerful, which means take some time every day to speak to Jesus. Reflect on some of the words that he said to us in the gospel. Be silent and listen to what he will say to you. It's not easy to do this in our very busy and sometimes even frantic lives. When we move from one thing to the other, we have lots of noise. We are hearing things all the time, even when people walk. Nothing wrong with this. They go around with things in their ears, listening to music. That's okay, as long as there's also some time when we do have silence. We need to give God a chance to speak to our inner heart. We need prayer like we need oxygen if we are going to be disciples of Jesus. Having said that, I know how imperfect I am, how imperfect we all are. We are all called to be wounded healers. So I'm not talking about a utopia here where we pretend that we are perfect in some way or better than others in some way. I'm not saying that. We are fellow travelers with our human beings, but we let the grace of God work through us. I repeat, doing more than we can dream or imagine by ourselves. So, here in Darwin, where we live, or wherever you live, in your place of work, when you play sport, when you are in your neighborhood, wherever we are called to be witnesses to the resurrection, witnesses of hope that Christ is risen, that God is active active in the world today. We are called to be much more than optimists. We are called to be people of hope, based on the promise given to us by Jesus. Not just when we feel very holy, or not just when we feel really a closeness. The closeness can be there even when we don't feel it at that moment. So, that gospel is a great reminder of who we are. The body of Christ in the world, His presence, making a difference, salt of the earth, preserving goodness, light of the world, helping to dispel darkness.